Good afternoon. It's time for our monthly broadcast of from Ceroc Live. I'm Richard Beauvoisin, and we're going to be talking about bands on as we possibly can. Following weekend, Swindon's on the Friday night this month, and Salisbury is on the Saturday. And then next Sunday, we are doing a busk in Bath. We haven't done a busk for a while, so for those that haven't done a busk before, we dance in the street. The place we're doing it at is in the little area outside the Bath Spa train station. It's a nice area. It's off the road. Hopefully we'll have lots of people passing us. And we put music on, we dance, and we hand out flyers. That's as simple as that. And hopefully we get a few new members along to Bath and the surrounding areas, because obviously people go to Bath from lots of different places. So yeah, that's next Sunday, the 15th of July. That's 11 a.m. until 1 p.m. Okay. Moving on to the football very quickly. One of the questions that comes up later, but obviously that will come up again later as well, is what are we doing Chippenham next week regarding if England, let's hope they get through tomorrow, good luck against Sweden, what's going to happen? Are we going to show the game? What's going to be the plan? Nothing set in stone. I'm, in all honesty, not putting any any comments on yet, or any plans in place, I should say, until we've beaten or not beaten Sweden. But yeah, watch this space, whether we do it as a freestyle night or have the football showing on the projector behind the stage. We've got lots of things we could do. We shall see what happens, but not putting any mockers on it. So yeah, we'll find out after Saturday. Come on, England, as they say. A couple of other quick things. We do an improvers class, or I do an improvers class at Bradford Avon. I'm teaching Chippenham for a while, and at Bath. An improvers class, we do it at 9:45 at Bath and at Chippenham, and at 9:15 at Bradford Avon. So it's half an hour earlier in the evening. The whole point of an improvers class is it's the bridging gap between the beginners and the intermediate class. So if you are struggling with the intermediate class, or you want help on basic technique, then yeah, come on up to the improvers class. There's no extra charge for it. We cover over 3 moves. One of those moves is a move that we have also done in the intermediate class. You get another recap of how to do it. Afternoon, Kay. It's nice to see you. So yeah, that's the improvers class. At Swindon and Salisbury, they're still doing the advanced moves. So do go along to those, and they will teach you an advanced move at Swindon and at Salisbury. Talking of advanced moves, we had our first Thursday freestyle at Bath last night, which was a really good night. It was a little bit warm for some, but that's just the way the heat is at the moment. I can't control the sun, I'm afraid. Yeah, we do an advanced move there at 9 p.m. at Bath. Last night's one was an incredibly advanced move. And yeah, well done to Kate Garrett. I hope she's able to walk today properly, because her thighs were put through the mill, should we say. So, oh, hello, my wife has joined. That's very nice. Hello, Zoe. The other bit quick parts is private lessons. All teachers do offer private lessons. So if you do want to have any private lessons, then do contact me, either PM me, or you can email me at dance@ceroclive.com. Okay, or see us, anybody on the night, any of the teachers, we all do it. Last but not least, and that is, we still do have the offer running, and that is if you are an existing member and you bring a brand new person along, then you'll both get in free that particular week. So do use that. It is ongoing at the moment. So getting on to the questions, thank you, Des, for posting questions. He often does post a few questions prior to the day, which I always appreciate. It gives me a chance to actually answer them, which is good. But if anybody does have any other questions, then please do put them up now, and I'll try and answer them as we go along. Thank you, Zoe, for that comment. Right, so the first question, these were from Des, is what's the difference between a chill-out freestyle and a mixed freestyle, or a normal freestyle? So chill-out freestyles, generally the beats, it's all down to the beats per minute. Chill-out music is generally 90 beats per minute to about 120 beats per minute. Normal lesson speed music that you'll hear is approximately 115 beats per minute. So it's a slower music, a slower end, but it doesn't all mean that it's going to be kind of drudgy and dreary. You know, Justin Timberlake, Can't Stop This Feeling, is 113 beats per minute. So it doesn't have to be particularly slow necessarily, but it is on the slower end of the spectrum. The reason that really good dancers enjoy that type of music is it gives you the chance to actually do something and have better technique and express yourself as a dancer. If it's always dom, dom, dom and quite quick, then pretty much you just go through the motions and go through the moves. So you can become more expressive with a chill out freestyle. Having said that, at the normal mixed freestyles as well, certainly when I do at Bradford Avon, we play a full range. So sometimes we will play Portugal Man and it's 160 beats per minute, and we'll still play the songs at 90 beats per minute as well. So we'll have every different part of the mix. So if you don't like the slower music, there may be some slow music on those nights, but you'll have some quicker ones as well. Vice versa, if you don't like the fast ones, you get the slow ones. So they're always a mixed freestyles at those. And the kind of follow-up question to that one as well is, are there different moves for these two types of music? I mean, if we have what's called a pure blues freestyle, for instance, then that would generally be much more close hold. So very close to your partner, cuddling, that type of thing. Generally, we've kind of moved away from that. Certainly in this type of weather, nobody really wants to cuddle too much at the moment. It's too hot. So it's more, again, about just rolling through the foot and expanding away from your partner or being close to your partner, that type of thing. So yeah, there's no real different moves as such. It's more about how you express your body and how you dance to those particular genres as such. If it's faster, it could be more snappy. If it's a slower track, then yeah, you can be more lyrical on it. Quite interestingly, a couple I was helping recently, they were doing one particular move. I played the same version, or the same track, but two different versions of that track, and they had to dance the same move, completely and utterly different. And I have to say they did very, very well, which was lovely to see. So yes, and Jeff, it was you I was talking about. So good morning to you too. So yeah, I was very pleased with them, the way they did that. Dawn's just asked very quickly, hi, private lessons, good reminder, what's the best way to figure out what you need to ask to focus on? So pretty much with private lessons, all that happens is you can come along either to wherever you get them done, and you can say what you want to have happen. What generally will happen is that the teacher will have a dance with you, or if you come along as a couple, will watch you dance, make some notes, and you go from there, really. There's always stuff to work on. Even as the best dancers in the world, we always still work on stuff, and we'll come back to that fairly shortly as well. Good. I love this next question. If I go to a dance weekender, what can I expect? Where are they, and are there different types of dance weekender? So yes, there's a number that Ceroc run across the country. The two main places that they run are at Camber Sands down in the the southeast, and up at Southport in the northwest. They run over the whole weekend. We take over a whole Pontins camp. There's generally between 1,500 and 2,000 people all dancing all weekend. So you get there on the Friday, sign in, go out dancing on the Friday night until whatever time you want. It runs until 6 o'clock in the morning. There's then lessons running through the day. It's normally 3 different lessons running at any one time. It's afternoon freestyles as well. They do, and then in the evenings you've got a cabaret section, and then more dancing in the evening, and then the same repeats on Sunday. They often have different things. I saw at Canberra recently, obviously it was nice weather, they ended up having a big party on the beach and doing dancing on the beach. So loads of stuff goes on. There's loads of private chalet parties as well. So it's very much a social aspect too, okay? So they're the two main ones. Other ones that also run, you also have Breeze, which is the one that's local to us in the southwest. That takes place just outside Weston-super-Mare, which takes place in the middle of October. If you haven't got your ticket yet, do. It's always a good weekend, that one. That runs the same theory, but that's different, slightly different. We have 2 different rooms. You can have a main room, and you have a silk room, they call it these days, which has the slower music. So you also have other weekenders that are on top of that. So you have the one that takes place in Norfolk, which is called Swish, which the Brooks family run, which is very good. That's done in a 4-star hotel, which is always very, very nice. Many less people. It's not normally about 700 people, but it's a very good event. You then have Lux, which takes place near Reading, which again is in a hotel, which is smaller. And you also have the Summer Sizzler down in Torquay, which Ivan and Kate run down in Ceroc, Devon, which again is a much smaller event, much more intimate event. We're teaching there this year. Do come along. So yeah, that's also good. That's also done in a hotel. So you kind of got different ones, either Pontins or you have the hotel ones. They all kind of have the same theory, which is classes during the day and freestyles during the evening. So what else have we got down there? That's there. What's the difference between silk and chill out, please? Branding is pretty much the answer to that question. So yeah, there's not a great deal of difference between chill out and silk. It's just purely a branding thing. It's generally still the same stuff. Somebody's put about Todd's Weekender in Cornwall as well. Yes, there is also Todd's Weekender in Cornwall. Extreme, I think it's called, something like that. So yeah, that's also a good one. There are other little mini ones that do take place across the country as well. I think there's some up in Scotland that take place as well. So So yes, right, next question then. GDPR, who has my details and what do we do with them? Obviously very sensitive about this for everybody's sake. Pretty much they're kept on the laptops here. They do not go out to venues. We don't give them to anybody else. It's as simple as that. You give us your details and we're the only ones that have it. Never, ever goes anywhere else. I personally would hate it myself if anybody did that to me. So yeah, your details are very safe with us. Other next bits. I feel like I've plateaued, and how do I get better? The best way to get better, in all honesty, is to go back to beginner classes. Lots of people, I see them turn up on a night and they get there for sort of 8:45 or so, 8:50, change their shoes, they do the first bit of freestyle, and then they jump into the intermediate class, which sometimes can be a tricky move, whatever it may be. And then they kind of feel like they've plateaued quite a lot. The best dancers that I've ever helped, we always spend a long, long time just working on basics. We can spend an hour just working on how to step back. If you go to a beginner's class, you can actually work on all of your basics all of the time. And that is the best way to get better. To get rid of your plateau is to work on being really good technically, rolling through your foot. We'll talk about spinning in a moment. I'm running out of time, so I'll speed up. But yeah, go back to beginners classes. Focus on doing really good technique all of the time. We always teach good technique in beginners classes. So do try and go back to those, okay? Or, of course, doing private lessons with any of the teachers, he says, putting his marketing hat on. Okay, so I did promise in this podcast as well that this is available as a podcast, by the way, via iTunes. We're still waiting to hear back from Spotify to try and get it on there. But I am going to try and do a little bit about spinning as well, because for lots of people, spinning is one of the hardest things to get right. So I'm going to try and do, as they do on Strictly, a bit of a dance demo just for a couple of minutes. I'm going to stand up as we do this. So apologies if the sound goes slightly different, but I'll move the chair out of the way. So first thing about spinning that you're looking to do is to keep everything as balanced as you possibly can. And it all comes from the preparation for the spin. If as you go to spin forward, you've got your left arm down by your side, if I turn this way around, your right arm's out to the right, but the left arm's here. So as this arm spins round, this part of the body is no longer balanced. So what you need to make sure you're doing, whether you're a man or a lady, is that both parts need to be balanced at this stage here. Okay, so as we come round, they want to be in the same position as we're coming round. So we do what we call the prep to start with, and we use a word which we use in the cabaret team a lot, which is commit to what you're doing. So you commit your weight. I know you can't see my feet, but all the way forwards at that point there. Right arm, we're doing a clockwise spin out in the front. The left arm needs to be out to the side. I use quite a lot the analogy of riding a bike, and that is, if you imagine riding a bike, your handlebars are very stable, and you need to be pedaling around using your feet. Okay, we switched that around for spinning. Okay, so your feet need to be very, very stable, and your arms are the ones that are doing the pedaling. Okay, if, as I said before, one arm is down, then effectively you're just pedaling with one foot, and if you imagine that on a bike, you would fall off. So that's why lots of people then fall over when they're spinning. Okay, so first of all, we need to have that preparation position to start with, and we use both arms to give us the spin. Now, ladies, the men on a Ceroc spin, a traveling Ceroc spin, for instance, will throw the right arm out to the right-hand side. You've got to match that tension with your left arm as well. That will then keep your body in balance, okay? So that's the first part, be prepared. The second part is we're bringing the left to the right. If we, again, I'll just go through a clockwise spin here for you, okay? So we bring the left arm to the right arm, and we bring the left foot to the right foot. We always spin forward as we're doing in normal Ceroc dancing. Okay, so as we're coming in, we bring our feet together, and then we want to bring our arms together as well. We want to, so we often talk about holding onto a deflated beach ball. You can either have the palms down or have the hands up, whichever way you want to do it. Try not to have splayed hands like I'm demonstrating now, but never mind. Okay, so with palms down or palms to yourself, either is fine. We're looking to keep the shoulders down. We're looking to keep the feet together for the spin, knees together as well. One of the best tips I remember somebody giving is clench your bum cheeks as much as you can. That engages more of your core muscles as well. Okay, so really clench your bum cheeks. Imagine there's a little note in between. Don't let the note go. That's one that always reminded me to do it, so hopefully it will come to yourself as well. So we've got these preparation positions, but in this position, we bring our left to our right, we bring our feet and our knees together, and we do the spin with our feet together. We're looking to keep our head upright, okay, not up to the ceiling. Definitely don't look down. If you look down, as you can see, brings the body weight too far in the wrong direction. So keep up. If you can spot, obviously that makes it even easier, so you look as far as you can that way, and then you bring your head round as the first thing. okay? The other bit that people often don't quite get right is completing the spin. So when we break for the spin, we spin on our right foot if we're spinning to the right, and we break with our left foot, bringing the feet together. And then the key part, ladies, for yourselves, that I don't see a lot of ladies doing, is stepping back to what I call 6 o'clock. So imagining we have a clock face superimposed down on the floor, and 12 o'clock is in front, 6 o'clock is behind us. We step back to 6 o'clock. What that'll then mean is that then as you go through the next part, you'll be back in the straight line that we often teach. If you, however, you imagine, and I'll show you this very quickly, as I come round, I step out towards 3 o'clock, then my natural tendency is then to go across this way, which will then ruin whatever the man might be doing next. Always try, ladies, to complete the spin and get back to 6 o'clock. Again, the last thing I'm going to say is that what lots of ladies do when they're trying to spin is they have their feet quite a long distance apart. You can do this exercise if you wish at some point, but if you kind of have your feet hip distance apart and you rock from side to side and then turn around, you'll find you're very, very unstable. If, however, you have your feet together and you do the same thing, you'll find actually you're much more stable. So really try and focus on keeping the feet together as you're doing your spin. Okay, so just to recap, preparation is everything. Bring the left to the right, feet together, head up, shoulders down, clench the bum cheek, make yourself balanced. Okay, so that is our spinning little technique for you. Hope you've enjoyed that part. Right, I've gone over time, so that is the end of this little podcast for this month. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope to see you again soon. If you do subscribe to the iTunes one, that'd be great. And as everybody says, if you can leave some comments and some reviews, hopefully positive ones, that'd be lovely too. I'll be doing one of these once a month, so I will see you back in August. Thank you very much.